the sheds at Multimarine Manufacturing with Ian Munslow to find out what materials are used in a vacuum carbon layup.
There you go, got sticky back PTFE Teflon for release agent, moulds. Not the cheapest thing, but it's a really good product. We tend to use that when
so
we
you
can.
line the moulds
Yeah,
with
so you
that?
make a mould or a plug, and then you cover it in this, and straight on, you don't need to use wax. It's good stuff.
And then that comes off.
That's good
after.
in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disposable. I've got the carbon woven, plenty of that there. That's about 600 gram square metre. Try and look after it, 'cause it's expensive. That's that.
What does that one get used for?
Oh well, that's structural, and you can use it for cosmetic because it's got quite a pretty weave to it. This boat here, the whole outside skin is that's the first layer. It's better than biaxial because it doesn't peel. The other type of cloth we use, biaxial, one set of fibres going that way, the other set of fibres going the opposite 45, and it's held together by stitching, so they're not actually woven together, they're just sat on top of each other. But the downside of this is that you can peel a strand out once it's cured. You know,
yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Whereas this is actually woven together.
Okay.
So it can't delaminate as
Okay.
easily. But that's the fibres you can see there going up and across.
Yes.
So that's a 0.90, that being 0, that being 90, and that is a 45 plus and minus. So if you want to get the 45 out of that, you've got to rotate the lot round, and then you get a lot of wastage because you lose the corners.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it's not as pretty, the end result, you know.
Yeah.
All the fibres go in one axis. Right, and this white stitching is glass, and that stops it falling apart. So this would be your more structural reinforcement. So you'd tend to pile it up, the areas where you've got high load areas, and use this.
So you have layer on layer.
Layer, I mean, in some places you'd use 20 layers of this. So it's chain plates and stuff like that.
Yep. Okay.
That's that. And on top of your carbon, usually, but not always, go with peel ply. It's a polyester fabric, it's a fine weave with a release agent in it. So that'll go down on top of your wet carbon. And then once it's cured, you rip it off and you're left with the same finish as this.
Oh.
It leaves it keyed up rather than shiny.
Yeah.
You don't always use it, nearly always. On top of that, you tend to go with the release film, a fluoropolymer plastic that will not stick to anything. So that'll go on top of the carbon, then the peel ply. And there's different grades of this with different size holes in for how much resin you want to get out. Various technical bits of it. This particular one hasn't got any holes in it. That's called a P0. And the next one with some holes in it is P3. You get P6, P9.
Okay. So it will allow different amounts of
resin and air out. Yeah. Sometimes it's really wet and you want lots of resin to come out, and other times you've got to keep it quite wet because you don't want to pull all the resin out of the product.
Okay.
So on top of your release film, you've got two choices. Polyester bleed cloth. It's a non-woven polyester fabric, and that goes on top of your release film. We've got some there, you actually see the holes in that. That's a P3.
Okay. Yep.
All right, so we've actually spray glued the two together here for ease of use. So that'll go, and that allows resin to be absorbed and the air to flow around the part and to get the vacuum. You've got to have airflow. Another option is to use glass, fine woven glass, for the air to get out and absorb the resin. And then there's a mesh. So you've got a combination of what works to each particular thing. If it's a flat panel, there's no shape to it, you don't really need the fluffy because this is good for distortion on shapes.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can go for a glass then because it's nice and flat.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
The mesh on top just bangs it down hard. And on top of it all, a nylon bag. So it's a high-grade plastic vacuum bag. Doesn't actually have a lot of stretch in it, as you can tell, but it's got good airtight integrity.
So every part of every boat is layered up in that way in some form or another.
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's breaking it down. I mean, there's slight differences here and there, but on the whole, yeah, it's resin, cloth, and backstack. Vacuum consolidates it, gets the air out. Far better quality product than you can get with just the roller pushing it down.
Yeah.
You know?